Good morning, folks. This is NC4XL. North Carolina for extreme lovers, and that I'm not. Just the darling old man, Dom. This video is a little different because I want to clear something up with everybody. What I do and what Mike does with the volume of contacts that we're getting. Something changed from when we first started with the vertical antennas and mag mount antennas and went to an end-fed antenna, and I say that specifically because that's what happened. The learning curves that all of us get, and I hope not to offend anybody here, and I hope that I have not offended anybody by being a show-off or I don't know what you want to call me, but the results we're getting, I'm not creating. And every one of you can have them based on a couple things. One, propagation. None of us have control of that. It's 9:30 here in North Carolina, and it's 4 hours difference. It's 5:30 in California. And it's 3:30 in Hawaii and Alaska. Somewhere in the middle there, they got this thing called gray line, where the sunrise and the sunset, and it has an effect on propagation. None of us can control that. We can only try to operate on the bands that the propagation effect actually is occurring. I do a lot of bragging. I've earned that right for myself, not for you or anybody else out there to be showing off, but for myself. The accomplishments, the goals that I set for myself. It'd be terrible if I didn't set no goals. When I started out getting 23 contacts at a park, I didn't know no better, so that was good. It was good for me with the antenna I had at the time I was going and so forth. But as time has gone by and allowed me to learn, experiment, try others, antennas, I have grown. The accomplishments you see require work. You can't sit at your house and get them necessarily. You have to get out if you're going to be an activator, that is. As a hunter, you can do an awful lot of award chasing, if you like, on the different multi-bands and so forth. But as an activator, it's a little bit more different. I went away from the vertical antenna to an end-fed and noticed a dramatic difference. And that gets a little scary because when you go out to expect 60 contacts maybe, and you pull 100 and some, it helps you accomplish your goals, but then you begin to wonder what's a realistic goal anymore. We shot in the dark, Mike and I, KN4XP. That's my team partner in OTA when he's not employed. We shot for a goal of 200 thinking that's not going to happen. Well, that's what we get for thinking. Mike's actually did 256 at one time. Yesterday I did 209, and all I really did was used two different type of antennas. I used a 17-meter dipole, but set up in a configuration of a sloper. I set up the 10 through 40 end-fed, no-tune, Vibraplex in a sloper configuration. For me, for us, this works awesome. It works awesome. but it might not work for you. Mike had the opportunity to go put some parks out in another state or two, and his situation was he had to utilize a mag mount antenna in areas that are unknown to him, where to set up, who to see type thing, or who not to see. And his biggest comment was when he got back, we have it made using the end fed versus the mag mount. Now there's several experienced, highly rated POTA activators that use the mag mount on the trunk, on the top, and they do excellent. There's different classes of activators, just so that if you're looking at this, you'll understand I'm not a hit and get. And there's nothing wrong with hit and get people. Nothing wrong whatsoever. That's what they like to do. Let them do it. Me, I'm a little old-fashioned. If I'm going to go out and set up a half hour, and I've set my antenna up out here at the local park, but I wanted to do this video because it's really eating on me. But I want to get all the contacts that I can while I'm there. My schedule doesn't mean I have to stop in a half hour and go here and go there and go here and go there. That's the difference, and you're going to find that with different activators out there. So don't get upset when they say, well, good God, I can't even get in the pile-up, and they're going to leave at 12 or 15. That's their choice. That's how they want to operate. That's how the means around them means they have to operate. There's a lot of variables that sitting at the house you don't understand or won't understand because you're not there. Pouring down rain or lightning comes up, guess what? Hit and get's going to happen. It's got to go, or antenna breaks down, or radio breaks down, battery dies. You don't know on the other side of that signal. So for those of you who get upset or wonder why did that person do that, don't get upset. This is a hobby. This is fun. And if it becomes aggravating to you, turn the switch off to the left and don't go back to it. If you hear us on there, whether it's Mike or myself, 99 9/10%, we're going to work anybody and everybody we can while the batteries, that's 2 batteries for me, 2 batteries for Mike, that's 4 batteries, and 4 radios, and that's not including dual banders. We have what it takes to go out and do that, but not everybody does. Not everybody has. I have been blessed. I don't need no more antennas. Really, I don't. I got an end fed that works great. And that 17-meter dipole put up like it is, that's homebrew. It works great. Band propagation is going to change within the next 5 years. It's going to get better, not worse, better. And you can bet I'm going to be experimenting with 10 and 12 meter end feds or sloper dipole antennas. I don't need to. It's a want to. So for those of you, when you see me bragging on myself, it's my gratification. I've accomplished something, and I didn't sit, and no offense meant to people sitting at home. I'm disabled, and I may end up where I can't get out no more, and where I may have to operate from the house only. So if that comes across to anybody that's watching this, I'm sorry, I don't mean it that way. But I like some of the challenges that POTA has given us as ham operators, whether we're running emergency backup power, running compromised antennas off of barbecue grills at a park or a picnic table, hanging in a tree, hanging over the edge of a cliff. Whatever we are utilizing to enjoy our hobby. I won't post this on the page. If you stumbled across this one, you'll understand. I'm very proud of what I'm doing. Tomorrow I won't be here. When the Lord comes, that's it. I'm not going to get a chance to come back and say goodbye to everybody. Until you've been in these shoes that these feet carry, you're not going to understand. But right now, I want to help all of the amateur radio operators who are crazy enough to look at the darling old man's page and listen to his rambling on, to change a way, try an antenna, do it this way, experiment, and see what happens. Nothing I'm saying is good to go. It's what I do. The end-fed antenna outworks the chameleon antenna as far as the TDL. I don't run just 20 meters, so I haven't run the SS-17, and I got 3 of them sitting in the car. Okay? I got all the resonators in the car if I want to sit in the car. But the antenna is making the difference. That's why when I go out, I expect 100 oh God, did I say that? 100 contacts if the bands are open. And if you work the bands, don't just stay on one band. Go to 20, go to 15, go to 10, go to 17, go to 12. We're going to do some experimenting with 60 meters. Don't know what is going to happen. 6 meters should be opening up. It's very sporadic. But unless we get out and try, it's nothing. I can't complain that the bands are dead. They're not dead. I just didn't go there yet. Thank you for listening. I hope I have not insulted you, and if I have, I apologize, because that was no intention. But I'm proud of what I'm doing. I'm proud to see you folks post on what you're doing, and you should not be ashamed, but you too should be proud, so that we can share our hobby, ham radio, amateur radio, that we work to get our license for, with others, to get them involved, and if they're able to get outside the house. Get into a park. There's so much beauty to see. You can see it in books, or you can see it on a computer screen if you want, but the real life is pretty challenging. Enough of my whining and complaining, folks. I appreciate you. Every contact that I make with you is important to me. It helps me grow. NC4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers, the crazy old man, the darling old man, Dom. I wish you all well. I wish that you set your goals up and then go for them. See what you can do to get there. And if they're too easy, you didn't set it high enough. Set it higher and go again. Failure is not a success. It's an opportunity to learn from within. Have a blessed day.